In our last video, we talked about why testimonies are a great way to increase business-to-business marketing engagement. Today, we're going to visit a little bit more about 3 types of testimonies that you can use to really make your business stand out. The first type of testimony is a quote. This is probably the easiest type of testimony to get and the easiest type to publicize. A quote is just, a statement, a short set of words that comes from one of your clients. It can be easily attained, easily publicized. All you got to do is contact some of your customers, ask them to write, 1 or 2 sentences about your business, and then you can put it on your website, put it on Facebook. It's easy to see, easy to put out there. Here's what you got to keep in mind though. Quotes need to be authentic and genuine. They can easily be written up by somebody in the company as far as anybody knows. So to actually add validity to the statement, to the quote, you need to include the person's name and what company that they're with to actually put a name to that statement. The second thing to remember is that you don't want it to be a long, lengthy, extensive quote. Usually one line is sufficient to meet the expectation and to communicate the message. You don't need an entire paragraph. You just need a really short statement saying how great it was to work with your company, how good your product was, or how enjoyable the experience was of doing business with your company. Very easy to get, very easy to publish, but be sure that you give credit where credit is due to add to the validity of that. The second type of testimony is a case study. This is a little more in depth, provides more information for your prospective clients to consider, and gives a little bit more credibility to possibly what you're trying to promote and provide in your product or service. A case study needs to start off with the outline of the company that you're talking about. Give the background of that company, what they do, where they're located, what they sell, what their geographic population is, what is the whole story of that company. Once that's done, you want to address 5 key things. You want to discuss the challenge that company experienced. You want to identify the solution that they needed. You want to talk about how your company worked with their company to achieve the plan to solve the problem. You want to mention the results and discuss how the impact of working together. And then finally, you want to provide a recommendation of what companies can do if they have the same issue or if they're looking for the same result. This can be a very comprehensive type of testimony, but it's important to not overwhelm your potential clients with all the information. You just want to give them enough statistics and enough details and data to help them understand what you're doing and the benefits that working with your business will provide them. The final type of testimony, and the one that I highly recommend, is a video testimony. Even with quotes from people and case studies that go into the full detail, there's still just nothing quite like seeing and hearing someone talk about their story, about their personal experience. It's easy to resonate with that person. It's easy to see their body language, see how they're communicating their story, and you get to hear it from them through their tone of voice. You get to understand what's actually happening. A video is a great way to capture a testimony in authentic, genuine, real life. People love watching videos. They love seeing testimonies and hearing about them, so it's a perfect combination. The great thing about a video testimony is it can be placed on your website to increase your SEO, your search engine optimization. But it also works to keep people from bouncing off of your website because it retains them longer. They're interested in what you're offering and they're staying on your website longer to be engaged in the video. So it actually helps you on the back end of your business as well. The struggle with videos, sometimes they can be more difficult to produce. It requires the person being there talking on camera. It requires you having somewhat of a setup to actually produce it. So it might be a little bit more cost associated with that. But a video can be a very powerful testimony because of the visual and audio association that that person can have. So quotes, case studies, and video testimonies are 3 ways that you can really enhance your business-to-business marketing efforts.